Hello everyone and welcome to Elysian Eclipse version 0.2.0, the big 2.0 that many of us have been waiting for with our first bit of actual gameplay. Though I do say that lightly, but let us begin with the cell stage. So here we are in the brand new cell stage of Elysian Eclipse, and can I just say, I really love the music. If you're a fan of the music so far in Elysian Eclipse, there actually is a playlist for it. I'll link it for you down below. Now, there currently isn't any NPCs or objectives because Waltman's feared that the game was going to be a bit too similar to Spore and a bit too boring as a result, because in Spore's cell stage, you eat, you grow, you eat, you grow, you eat, you grow, and ooh, you got a brain now. Whereas it's like very, very boring. So he decided to postpone the objectives and NPCs and therefore combat abilities for another version, so that he could introduce the map system. And this is what we have right here, something entirely different. We've got a couple of different names, like the Origin of Life, like the Primordial Soup. We are currently in the Origin of Life 3.3, so I'm not sure what that means regarding 1.1.2.2. Oh, it's the coordinates. Ah, okay, that makes sense. So we are currently in the center panel of 3.3, which is, you know, 3 vertical, 3 horizontal. Up above us, we've got the boss fight. Over down here, we've got points of interest, I assume. And the maps do also differ slightly in appearance. Go to this purple one here, and as you can see, we've got things that are looking a little bit different. I'm sure you also noticed the UI down below, so we've got Evolve, you've got your health stat, your energy stat, your nutrition stat, and map to other areas. The energy stat is particularly interesting because it allows us to perform special abilities, which unfortunately we can't really do yet. If I evolve, now I have no DNA to evolve with, but if I did, I can add in some, you know, more meshes, I can add in some more mouths. Everything's currently locked because, again, don't have access to it. Although decoration comes in immediately, which is lovely. And it has the previous features that we come to expect now, such as morph and paint for maximum customization. We can randomize the name. Descriptions are coming in very soon. What's really cool, actually, is that with the campaign version, you have the option to save it into your archives. It can be used outside of the game, which is really lovely, actually, because personally, in Spore, there'd be times where I don't actually want to have a copy of my creature, or a copy of my building or whatever. So this gives you the ability to save exclusively for your campaign and to not be in your collection, or you can save in your collection, you can have them for both, which is really nice. So say I hit no, well, I can't afford the creation anyway, so I've got to remove my parts nonetheless, or I can just cancel it out. Down at the bottom, we also have evolution points, which is to earn evolution points to increase your level, you earn 5 DNA per level. Of course, our level's over there to the right. Now, like I said, sadly, that kind of is all there is to show for now. But the map system, you've got to admit, is really cool. It's a nice, refreshingly new idea. And it's going to really help to make the cell stage in Elysian Eclipse just feel a bit more original. Also, a little thing I'd like to add is I'm a big fan of the map generation itself. It is procedural, but I do love the idea of a 3D background that you're looking down on. Because whenever you get these little islands here, it just really makes you feel like this really tiny creature in a very big world. Also, the variation of fog and colours as well. It's just a really cool take on it, and having these little islands really does, you know, double down on the 3D nature. Whereas I know Spore's got a bit of a similar thing, but the background in Spore feels painfully 2D and very, very flat. This, I just think, is really cool, and will probably help ease people into the aquatic stage as well. So it turns out there was something of vital importance that I had indeed forgotten, and that was certain specialized keybinds. F1 hides the UI, F2 takes a screenshot, F3 will give us a FPS panel and the biome name, and F4 is the cheat commands. I kind of forgot about this. So at the very top here, we got unlock all parts, fill nutrition, add 10 evolution points, add 100 evolution points, and add 1000 evolutionary points. So if I add 10, you can see the meter on the bottom there increase. And I leveled. And if I add 1000, well, I've leveled a few times. Oh god, that's a bit loud. So it seems like that you can get up to level 20. I totally forgot about this feature. So this is great, and oh, because I rebooted the game, it means we've got a different layout of things. However, worth mentioning, I'm not sure if the commands will be enabled in the final version of the game, but if they are, you cannot interact with the game while those commands are available. So F4 again to hide them, so now I can move on to other parts of the map. So if you ever wanted to, we already have basically a creative mode enabled. Last note, so we currently only have 2 of the 6 implemented biomes, which is the Origin of Life and the Primordial Soup. There will be 4 more to come. Everything is procedurally generated, but it's currently bare bones and mostly differ in backgrounds. So expect a lot more in the future. Now though, let's exit out of the cell stage and enter the creature editor. So within the creature editor, we still have all the various old parts that we are used to, and it's looking very, very awesome. But most importantly, what I want to show you is the information of legs. Look at that. We finally have ourselves... Oh, so you can only control it from the base joint, because, you know, from the hips basically. But we currently have 5 different sets of legs. We've got the plantigrade, simple legs designed to walk on soles. We have the digitigrade, simple legs designed to walk on toes. We have the ungulagrade, I might be butchering this, simple legs designed to walk on hooves. The strider leg, segmented legs with a curved shape. And we have the stalker leg, segmented legs with a sharp shape. And these do all have their morphs as well, such as the angle, such as the curvature, so if you want like a nice organically round looking one or a nice sharp arachnoid looking one, you have the options here. The paint appears to inherit whatever it is from the, you know, the original mesh, so let's give that a quick little go then. Make this one here red, and I'll add the ungulagrade legs to the back and the digitigrade legs on the front. That looks really dodgy. My one complaint actually would be the plantigrade leg. Actually, before I complain, yes, my one complaint would be to have the ability just to like reverse it or flip it, for example. So I understand that he's gone for a different solution where you can't just, you know, you can't just like control, snap and detach limbs. It's all very pre-made, like adapt. That being said though, I think either just additional options, as in like 2 types of plantigrade legs. We've got like one with a forward facing knee, one with a backward facing knee, that'd be good for birds, as well as the forearms of most quadrupeds, or just have another slider, like an angle, that allows you to kind of like bend it backwards or perhaps rotate a different way, or just more dramatically. It's the first iteration now. I think it's a really cool idea so far. I really look forward to seeing how he plans to extend on this. We will also soon see different variations of feet and toes as well. This is only the leg, so we will be getting like actual things to walk on soon. And I've already seen Warsmans is experimenting with animation of these in the Blorb zone. Meanwhile, we do have some other additions as well, such as the detail parts. If I were to change this to a much brighter colour, such as the red here, previously we always had the 2D mode, which just make it into a flat 2D colour, and we can always change the merge of it, but now we could change the inversion as well, which is especially nice. As you'll see, it actually dents the mesh itself. Let's say I grab one of these orbs here, inverted. So this here is like a very important change as well, because it really lets you define the shape of your creatures, and you know, just gives you all the more customization and ability to work with. Definitely a very unexpected change, I have to admit, but definitely a really welcomed one. And lastly, for the creature and cell editors, we also have advanced morphs, particularly only in the eyes for now. You'll see that in the morphs panel we have pupil width, pupil height, iris width and iris height. So just again to give you all the more options to work with, we can now have some like really unique looking cat's eyes, or if you like a goat, you can make it like really wide and do something like this. Again, you just have the options now, which is fantastic. I think more options are always better. And finally, for new features in this version alone, we also have some new additions to the star systems. Now, the first thing you'll notice here is we have an asteroid field, and there are many asteroid... Oh, that's lucky. Many asteroid belts. We also have this one here, which is a protoplanetary disk. So quite similar to what you've seen in Spore, but very much its own take on it. Now, these would be great to harvest plenty of gas for use in the space stage. The asteroid belts will contain many valuable minerals. We also have the introduction of oceanic planets. This is a really cool looking blood red planet. I love that texture. Look at that bump mapping there. Oh, how you can actually see like the waves and such. That's really, really cool. Oceanic planets are not currently planned for the creature stage. However, that is subject to change in the future. Over here we have an ice giant. I'm not sure that's new. It's not new according to my notes, but I do not remember that from the previous versions. So that's really neat actually. It looks very pretty. And down here we have a micro black hole. Does that look really cool? I just love the effect. The micro black holes are currently powerless, so they're just going to live alongside the solar system. Don't ask me how that works. I just love the idea, because I don't mind that there's like a little bit of, you know, creative thinking in these. I really love that. Oh, like again, I love the texture of the oceanic planets. I never thought I'd be so amazed about a planet flooded with water or liquid, and yet the texture is just so nice. Oh, we've got another macro black hole down here, a blue variant, which again, that actually matches the colour of the star really nicely. It just looks so cool. I just really love the warping effect and everything about it. Ooh, so eerie. We have another protoplanetary disk here, a smaller one compared to what we've seen before, yet a bright red colour. We've got multiple asteroid belts around this system here, with its one barren planet. Over here we've got an outer rim of asteroid belt, a ice giant, and another micro black hole all the way to the end over here. It's worth noting that I am skipping through these quite rapidly, trying to find one final new feature. You can see that the black holes and planetary, well, that's 3 in this one, 3 belts. These new features aren't very common. It may seem common because I'm skipping through them for the video. But as you can see, I'm trying to find something in particular, but it's lovely. I adore the variations. They're just so wildly different. Here we go. Oh, what a really cool system this is. And here we have a neutron star. This will be used to harvest lots of energy, and there will be no subclasses. So we won't be getting different variants, it'll just be, you know, the one alone. But again, that looks so cool. We've got like another little macro black hole right next to it. The Wowie. That's a very fitting name, the Wowie. Now, some future planned features to the solar systems does also include moons, binary stars, and quasars. So I look forward to seeing all of that. And otherwise, that about does it for us for the current features introduced so far in Elysian Eclipse version 2.0. But don't worry, that is not all. In version 0.2.1 of November, we can expect some further advancements on the cell stage, feat for the creature editor, experimental undo and redo buttons for all editors, and the ability to enter descriptions for creatures. So a big hype for 2.1. In 0.2.2 of December, even more advancements on the cell stage, aquatic stage test zone, first set of aquatic stage creature parts, and new creature stage biome. So December is going to be a really big one to look forward to. Although bearing in mind Christmas, New Year's, let the guy have a break. He definitely deserves it after this incredible year of development. And then in 0.2.3, which is January or February, further advancements to the cell stage, expansion of the space prototype, a new set of land creature parts, and a multiplayer test, which will not be in the demo, but still be in testing. Incredibly exciting stuff. It is so wild to see how much this is growing, and I'm really looking forward to it every step of the way. Now, if I sound a little less enthused than usual, it's because I've been very sick recently, so please bear in mind, but I say everything today with a big grin on my face. I am so excited, and I really hope that you all are as well. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed the latest updates. If you want to support Warsmans, keep an eye on Elysian Eclipse, or anything at all, Reddit, Patreon, Discord, everything is down in the video description down below. Please don't hesitate, give him your support. And otherwise, I can't wait to see you all again next time in version 0.2.1. Take care and have a wonderful day. Cheers.